Welcome back, Leggari Nation. We've got an awesome epoxy floor kit to show you. We used some turquoise metallics, and check out how cool it turned out. Our epoxy floor kits have a lifetime warranty and are industrial grade. Check the description below for more info on our epoxy floor kits.
So I'm gonna go over mixing a 3-gallon kit to create this look that I'm gonna show you. It's basically a 50-50 mix of colors. We're gonna do 50% black, 50% turquoise, and then we're gonna add our silver Leggari effects. So first things first, we're gonna get these A's pouring out and draining. It's a little cold in the warehouse today, so it's gonna take this a little bit to drain out all the way. Make sure you're adding the A's and not accidentally throwing a B in there. So we'll let that drain out for a minute, and then we'll tilt the jugs back so the resin can drain out of the handles, and then we'll let them drain all the way out. And we want to let these drain until they're slowly dripping out of the containers. All right, so they're slowly dripping. You can pop these out. So now we're gonna add the hardener. Now remember, before you guys add the hardener, make sure you have everything ready to go. Your section's ready, your cleats are ready, your spike shoes, whatever you're using, gloves, everything you need is ready to go. That way, once this is mixed and the colors are added, we can go dump it out on the floor. Same thing, tilt it back, let the resin drain out of that handle. All right, so mixing simple, we call it 3P2. We go up and down 3 times, and then we pour into a secondary mixing container, and then we go up and down 3 more times. And then when we go to the bottom, we're gonna kind of stir it around, slowly come up, stir it around. Once I get to the bottom, I'm gonna go around the bottom a couple times. Then I'm gonna come back up slowly. Once I get to the top, same thing, go around the edges. That was 1, we'll do that 2 more times because it's 3, pour, and then 2. All right, now we get our secondary mixing container. And we're gonna pour all the resin into here, scrape the sides, scrape the back, get as much of it out as we can. So now we'll go up and down 2 more times, and then we can add the colors. All right, so now since we're doing a 50-50 mix of colors, we just need to separate half of this into another bucket. Really simple, fast, and then we'll go dump them out. Might have went a little crazy on that one. We're gonna have to pour some back in here, I think. All right, so now we can add our colors. All right, so for this technique, we're gonna dump out both buckets, just kind of randomly throughout the floor. We just wanna make sure if this is the section that you're coating, you wanna have the same colors all throughout the floor. You don't wanna dump out too much on one side, not have enough over here. So what I like to do is pour out smaller amounts, get it all over the whole section, and then I can go back and add to those same spots as long as I know I have enough on the whole floor that we're coating with that amount of epoxy. And then once I get close to the end, I want to get some right up to my edges. And we can let that drain out. Now the black, we're just going to go in between everywhere. The same thing, we want to make sure we don't pour too much out in one spot. I'm gonna go around and get black on my edges. So now we have it kind of spread out evenly throughout the floor. Now we're gonna take our squeegee and we're gonna just start coating the whole floor. We just wanna spread this resin out until it gets the whole floor coated. And the easiest way to do that, hold it at a low angle, apply a little bit of pressure, and just start moving it around random directions. Pull that excess out of these edges that I pushed up there. As long as I'm holding this at an angle, I'm not gonna pull too much product off the floor in that area. Get these buckets out of here. And then what I like to do once I get my edges done is do about half of the floor one way and then work from that wall back, because I don't want to pull all my product to one edge, because if you wind up pulling too much, you're gonna have a lot of product on this side. So I like to do half and half. All right, now I'll work from this side. Now we're gonna add our silver effects. So we wanna shake these up. Shake them up really good. And I'm just gonna pour it out kind of in patterns that I see out here. I'm gonna do a little bit at a time, and then I'll kind of blend that in. Notice I'm just pulling at random directions. Blending it until I like the look that I'm getting. So now I'm gonna just take some, add it to my edges. So when you guys are doing these effects, they'll start to crust over quickly, so we want to blend them in as fast as we can. So all I'm doing now is just fine tuning any spots that look like circles were poured out. Blending that a little bit more. And I'm also looking to make sure there's no spots where I can see the primer. So guys, the more random your designs are and patterns, the better the floor is gonna look. So I just went around and kind of blended in any spots from those effects that I thought might just look like a little dot or a circle. I blended those in a little bit more. And so now we can spritz it with the isopropyl alcohol. And that'll give it some even more characteristics in the floor. And then we'll let that evaporate for about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll mist it with the denatured alcohol, and that'll help level out the surface and make it glass smooth. All right guys, so spritzing the isopropyl alcohol, real simple and fast. Barely pull the trigger, small to medium drips. We just hit the whole floor. All right guys, so we'll let that evaporate for about 10 minutes, and then we'll mist it with the denatured alcohol. So when we're spraying the denatured alcohol, we want a fine mist. We want to just spray it right on the surface.